Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On Will, Luna pulled her gun. Brooke was devastated by Nick's news. Engaged, Ridge? Her Ridge? She found it hard to believe. Nick informed her that Ridge had put her old ring on her finger, and that Taylor had proposed. The man you want doesn't want you back, I'm sorry dear. No more. When Nick went over each play with Brooke and told her everything that had happened at Il Giardino, she was virtually inconsolable. Brooke was devastated by Nick's story, but she did find some solace when she discovered that Ridge paused for a moment when Taylor mentioned marriage. By reminding her that Ridge only hesitated for a split second before making Taylor his own, Nick stomped out that spark. The man is getting married, and it's not to you, Brooke. Nick encouraged Brooke to choose herself and stop focusing on her ex. Decide on bliss. Select him. Nick immediately made the decision that he would not return to Italy. He was remaining here to assist Brooke in recovering her life and healing her heart. An existence free of Ridge and his trash. Ridge and Taylor continued to enjoy the radiance of their engagement. They were both happy to see his ring back on her finger. Or Ridge told himself that he was happy. His statements were not as loud as his long looks into the emptiness. But Taylor didn't notice. She spent too much time cuddling and gliding on her pink cloud. She even began tinkering with the wedding arrangements. Their granddaughter would be a cute flower girl, wouldn't she? Indeed. She would, Ridge said. However, they couldn't talk about vows without talking about Brooke. Taylor was certain that her adversary would be furious and would not be pleased with their upcoming wedding. She has put up a fierce fight to attract his attention, and Taylor was certain she wasn't finished yet. Ridge's youngest son was another concern for Taylor. They also doubted that RJ would grant his approval. In the end, they decided that Ridge should be the one to inform Brooke and RJ. Brooke in particular. They wanted him to be the only one to tell her. As Will pressed as many buttons as he could to get Luna to reveal her plan, the Cliff House team sat and watched. When she reiterated her goal to permanently get rid of Steffi, they were thrilled. Nevertheless, Baker didn't act only because he wanted her gone. He required more. He required specifics. Unfortunately, Luna was talking too much about it. Rather, she desired to discuss Will and the true reason for his presence. Brooke gets her way after Taylor's heart breaks at the altar? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor Hayes is in the driver's seat now that Ridge Forrester accepted her proposal. She carried a ring with her, so he didn't even need to pop for one. To the exponential cringe. With Taylor so desperate to find a partner who has repeatedly cheated on her, how will this end? Since she makes her living as a counselor, she ought to be more aware that life isn't always like that. Fans of B&B, let's unravel this dynamic chaos. Regarding Ridge accepting Taylor's marriage proposal, opinions among fans are split. Is he attempting to prevent another episode of broken heart syndrome? Or does he truly love her? However, Taylor is ecstatic about her good fortune, and is even taking a jab at her rival, Brooke Logan. Many people think Ridge will never move on from Brooke, and Taylor has undoubtedly thought about this as well. Taylor is desperate to ask Ridge to marry her. Is it worth battling for Ridge? Despite the fact that there are a lot of fish in the sea, these women believe that. According to explosive show spoilers, Taylor will eventually come to the conclusion that getting back together with Ridge was a grave mistake. Ridge and Brooke will be shown arguing over his engagement, and when this disagreement erupts, Ridge's emotions will be revealed. If Waffler Ridge acknowledges that his relationship with Taylor is more about guilt than fate, don't be shocked. She suffered from broken heart syndrome as a result of him, which is a lot for anyone to handle. Will Ridge change his mind at the altar if he proceeds with the wedding? Or would Brooke say something rather than keep quiet? Or maybe Ridge wakes up, behaves like an adult, and tells Taylor the truth. If the marriage is consummated, is there any chance of happiness? We anticipate that there will be lots of fireworks in Los Angeles before to the 4th of July, regardless of what occurs. Stranger things have happened on soap operas. Fans, share your opinions with us. Baker's surveillance, Nick's bombshell, and Will's kiss. Finally, The Bold and the Beautiful recap is available. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker observes a wired Will Spencer in today's episode. Electra Forrester must put up with Luna Nozawa being kissed by her boyfriend. In addition, Nick Marone has a shocking revelation for Brooke Logan. Nick is still spying on Tridge at Il Giardino. Taylor Hayes is ecstatic about her love and engagement. The compliments are repeated by Rich Forrester, and they share a kiss. As Taylor talks about being a modern woman going after what she wants, Nick keeps listening. She gives him another kiss. Tridge returns to Eric Forrester's estate after leaving the restaurant. Taylor questions whether she ought to have requested Eric's permission before popping the question. Will Taylor be upset about their wedding as he knows Eric has always been on Team Bridge? Eric has always loved her, Ridge assures her, and all he wants is for him to be content. He is also content with Taylor. The psychiatrist believes that Phoebe Forrester is grinning down on them and that their family has returned. Ridge looks to be deeply troubled by the mention of their deceased daughter, but he remains silent while Taylor continues. Brooke is overjoyed to see Hope Logan return to Forrester Creations. The blonde's pride in her kid is immense. Hope is also glad to be back. Hope, though, hopes that her fashion line will be resurrected. Brooke offers to speak with Ridge about bringing her line back to life. Hope justifies her mother's strong desire to revive her romance with Ridge. Brooke experiences multiple flashbacks as she looks at pictures of Ridge. Brooke is brought back to reality by Hope's voice. Hope does not wish for her mother to suffer harm. Her mother is worthy of better. Brooke mentions that Nick recently told her the same thing. Nick's return to the city makes Hope very happy. Nick is the subject of the mother-daughter argument. Hope believes that Nick is just what her mother needs at this moment. Brooke and Ridge will eventually be together since Ridge is still their destiny. Hope is concerned for her mother. Then Nick enters. Hope leaps into his embrace. Nick was planning to go back to Italy shortly, but something recently happened. Hope excuses herself so that Nick and Brooke can have a quiet conversation. Nick acknowledges seeing Tridge with him. Taylor proposed while removing a ring. Brooke's mouth falls open. What did he say? She is informed by Nick that Tridge is now engaged. Elektra rants to John Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan about the wiring dilemma. Steffi warns Baker that it's extremely risky. Finn is hoping Will can persuade Luna to come clean. They'll get it on film and tape. Baker agrees. Will maintains his composure in the flat, but he isn't approaching Luna fast enough. He is asked to substantiate it by the pardoned murderer. Show her how much you value her if Will truly wants her. Will puts his lips to Luna's and says he's not afraid. As Will kisses Elektra on TV, she turns away and her jaw drops back at the Cliff House. Will abruptly backs off. If that's all he has, Luna asks. While Elektra watches on a laptop, she draws him into another kiss. Will kissed Elektra, even though she knew it was a ruse. Steffi attempts to talk sense into her niece's head. Elektra is aware that Will is merely attempting to save them all. Will is instructed by Luna to demonstrate that he wants her as much as she does. There is plenty of time for that, according to the Wired Man. Will is not interested in having sex with her. He gives her a tender kiss because he wants more. Will agrees when Luna asks whether he's serious. He is prepared to listen to her and offer support. It means a lot, Luna says. Will brings up her difficult upbringing in an attempt to get her to communicate. Luna shares from the bottom of her heart how lonely she was growing up. Steffi scoffs while Finn listens with furrowed brows. As Luna describes how she believed that if she informed Finn how much she needed him, he would be there like all the other fathers, Baker turns to Shin. Luna believed that Finn would love her again if she expressed her regret to him. Even Baker is now sympathetic to Luna since she is saying all the right things. Luna calls Steffi a bitch out of the blue. Will asks Luna about Steffi as he paces the room. Luna claims that if Steffi moved aside, Finn would adore her. Penelope Poppy Nozawa is the subject of Luna's current tirade. Luna inquires as to if she is not deserving of love like everyone else. Will acknowledges that she is deserving of love. Luna claims that she has no plans to go quietly. Steffi may pretend that the girl never was since she won't vanish. She intends to ensure that Steffi will never again be an issue for her. After Carter and Daphne's dirty little secret is revealed, does Hope call off their engagement? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Hope Logan and Carter Walton could not have a happy ending but rather are headed for a breakup. Carter may lose hope despite his desire to do things correctly this time and live up to his pledge to be a nice man. Although he is making an effort to honor his daughter's wishes, Deacon Sharp still seems concerned that Hope may have her heart shattered. For this reason, Deacon recently spoke with Carter and essentially agreed to the engagement. Deacon, of course, also made it plain that Carter had better not make a mistake. Unfortunately, if Daphne Rose returns to town, it appears like Carter will do just that. Fans of B&B are aware that Steffi Forrester wants Daphne to assist in the debut of her new fragrance in Los Angeles. Despite turning down Steffi's offer, Daphne might have second thoughts soon. Without a question, Hope and Carter's relationship has improved since Daphne left the picture. If Daphne is concealing a Carter hookup, her homecoming could be devastating for Carter and Hope's wedding plans. Carter was comforted by Daphne after he misheard Hope and misunderstood the situation with Liam Spencer. Before Carter got back together with Hope, it's likely that he and Daphne ended up sharing a bed off-screen. If so, Daphne might return to Los Angeles with a sinister truth that will ruin Hope and Carter's most recent relationship. Another level of drama could arise if Daphne is pregnant. In any case, Hope will not be happy if Carter has been keeping this Daphne passion a secret from her. Hope and Carter were taking a vacation at the time, but that doesn't justify his lack of openness with her. In one way or another, Carter and Hope's wedding might be called off due to Daphne's return. Carter might have to accept a future without Hope if she calls off the engagement.